If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Well, hello folks. Well, today is the last day of 2021. As we bid it farewell, and we hopefully will go into a new year that's going to be way, way, way better than this year was. Been a heavy year, I think, for all of us in one way, sort of other. So, let's talk about fountain pens. I'm going to end this year with a custom-made fountain pen made by Mike Green. And he's the new pen maker on the block. Serious new pen maker on the block. He's a pen enthusiast like you and me. We're all in the same show. So, like Liz and I were talking one day, he's only been making pens for 8 months. We just can't wait to see how he's going to be in a year. It's incredible. He takes on different kind of tough challenges to meet. There's a whole lot making a pen, but then there's a whole lot to making that pen better and better. So how can you make a pen better? Well, the material that you use and the trim that you use, the nib, most important part. And with these pens, Mike has to make sure that the heart of the nib is done correctly. Because the first time one of his customers puts it to paper, that's when the test actually begins. How does it write? Is it scratchy? Is it dry? Does it link ink? Does it skip? A whole lot of things come into factor, right? So Mike wanted to make sure that his nibs were on the money with no extra charge to his customers. Now that's pretty cool. Making sure, by quality control his way, paying extra for every nib he puts in the pen that you buy to make sure that that's already been done. He pays for it up front, no charge to you. He has a certain pen guy that does this stuff. Cool. Very impressive? I think so. Are these pens worth the money? I definitely think so. No, I'm telling you now, they're not going to be at this price all the time. When pen makers start out, they have to start out low because nobody knows them. They're unknown. And there's several that I know that have been unknown. Now they're well known and their prices have gone well up. That doesn't mean it's not worth money. Yes, they are, but they finally are reaching their goals, what they wanted to achieve. They're pen enthusiasts, they're custom pen makers. Nobody knew them at one time, but now people know them and they buy. And they go to pen shows all the time now because they're popular. People like to see them there. And that's what they were striving for. So they made that communication between the unknown pen maker to the known pen maker to the people. Not just in the U.S., but all over the world. So, and this is where Mike Green is at right now, at this level. He's the unknown. So I'm going to work with Mike and do all I can to help him achieve those levels that I've helped other people get known. I do my best to help people, because that's who I am. I like to see them rise from the ground and go all the way up and meet their dreams. That's pretty cool. So let's focus down here right now. Here is the pen that we're giving away tomorrow. Now, Mike has yet to name his pens yet. So this is a certain number of pen, which I forgot. But this is the pen that's given away tomorrow. At what time, Mr. Announcer?
12 noon Central Standard Time.
So tomorrow at 12 noon, Mike, Mr. Announcer, and myself will be on at 12 noon Central Time. Again, tomorrow is January 1st, Saturday, 2022 at 12 p.m. Central Time, my time here in Fort Worth, Texas. Mr. Announcer, myself, and Mike Green, the custom pen maker, will be on. And he's in Minnesota, right here. So if you want to get a hold of Mike, there's his card right here. And you can get a hold of him any way you choose, right here. Okay, so you can't go wrong. So am I pushing these pens for Mike? No, I don't think I'm pushing these pens. I'm trying to get people to learn about these pens, to learn about Mike Green, to learn about the upcoming new pen maker. That's very important. And hopefully, God willing, next year I want to bring on other pen makers that has been in the game for a while as well. And I'm going to hopefully bring on our teenagers, young adults that are getting into pens, that have made pens as well. That's going to be interesting. It's all about the pen, to keep this pen going. Like the dinosaur, this pen must live throughout the decades, which it has done already. Beautiful pen. It really is a beautiful fountain pen with a beautiful clip, nice clip. I love the clip, the way it rocks like that. I mean, it's got a nice tight grip to it. You can put it in your shirt. I don't have a pocket, so it'll go right there. Okay. It's on securely. Playing with my squirrels. Hello, Mrs. Squirrel. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and weigh it. Well, this pen weighs 17.3 G's. Okay. Now, this is the Blue Storm coming up. And this one weighs, this is made by Heinz fountain pens, 21.1 G's. Well, a little more than 4 G's more than this one. And then this one, the Diplomat Big Red, I think is going to weigh way more, 29.2 G's. So this isn't a heavy pen, but it's not a light pen. It's a feel good in the hand type of pen. It's not real light. Let me just check this Lamy. The Lamy weighs 18.1. So there you have it for that kind of demonstration. And we can always bring it up to, I'm just curious what a Preppy would weigh, since we're weighing some pens right now. There's a Preppy. 12.5. Everybody loves Preppies. Very affordable, very fun to write with. They're just a really cool pen. I use them all the time. So that's that. So how are the measurements on this pen? Well, let's find out. .46 inches total length. And it unscrews, and then it will post for those who like posting their pins. And it will post at about 5.94 inches. Okay, so top is the finial, round it off, which I do like, and it comes on down that cap. No, there's no ring there at the moment. The only trim you're going to see is the clip. As you go down to the barrel, it kind of thins out when you get right about in here. Nothing going on at the bottom. You twist to open, and you can post nicely. Nice, well fit. Without that, I have small hands, and it fits fine. How about you, Mr. Announcer? Now, he has large hands. He may have to post it. We'll see. Some people do, some don't.
Sort of in between. It's light enough that it doesn't feel underbalanced or overbalanced. So I can handle it like this. That would be fine.
Okay. So unscrew the barrel. And I have a cartridge in it that it comes with. Mike puts a couple of cartridges in it and a converter that comes with it. Okay? So it does come with a converter, and I'm just writing the pin right now. Okay. And you can make them into an eyedropper for those who choose to do so, because they're ready for it, and all you gotta do is some silicone grease on it and you're good to go. So alrighty. And we're going to do a bit more pin comparison here. Here, like I said again, is the Blue Storm. What if I do it like this for y'all? Get on lazy here. Okay. So there's that. Get them out of here. You can see them better. And there's a Diplomat Big Red. Here's a Preppy, about the same length, just about the same length. And Mr. Nancy, would you mind saying this one while I get that one ready over here?
This one is the Platinum, and
Torchy.
the name is sort of like rubbed off.
Well, it's a P, with what do you call that pen? The P. I say it all the time.
Let's see, what would that Plante?
No.
I can't read
It
it.
is a Platinum, but it's not a Plante.
Oh, Prefonte.
Reminds me of a guy's last name. Fontes. Okay, so anyway, so here is the Platinum Fonte, Prefonte, excuse me. Get all this right here, 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 here. Okay. So, the Platinum and the Mike Green custom made pen match up. The Preppy and my green pen not match up. The Blue Storm is a bit longer, and the Diplomat Arrow Big Red is about the same length. So the longest one in the bunch is the Blue Storm. See if y'all can see that. That's the difference. All are great pens, fabulous pens. I like each and every one of them. And I hope you got something out of that. Now, my friends, we're going to do the writing test for you. And that should do it. So, tomorrow the lucky person will get this pen. And this one has a broad nib. Okay, here we go. Right, these circles. Reverse. And I'm not putting any pressure hardly on it at all. And it does do reverse writing quite nicely. Here's the downstroke and the cross stroke. Okay. So, check for wetness. Wet. I like that. Smooth nib. Nice wetness to it. A continuous flow of ink. No skips. No drops of ink. The nib is in tip-top order. So there you have it. I hope I've given you enough information to cover this pen. So, right here is how you get a hold of Mike. If you want to order, you can still order pens. They have 15% off right now. So, that's pretty cool. And how do you get 15% off, Mr. Announcer?
By giving the code Larry.
That's the secret code, Larry. If you forget the code, just let Mike know. You heard it from Larry's Fountain Pens. But the code is Larry. 15% off these pens. That's a steal. Still, that'll bring it below the 150 whatever amount. So, if you're ready to try a new custom pen maker, then it's time to be ready, because I believe this is going to blow your fountain pens away. It's going to give you a run. Yep. Mike is serious, dedicated, and let's see the challenges that he comes up with and how he meets those challenges making fountain pens. To any custom pen maker, I think they would tell you that I don't think they ever stop learning. They continue to learn, continue to try new things. They work outside the box. They always try to make themselves achieve more than before. Folks, thank you a lot. We'll see you tomorrow, Saturday, January 1st of the new year, 2022. And before I go today, our prayers go out to Betty White. She passed away today at the age of 99. In 17 days from today, she would have made it to her 100th birthday. And I love Betty White, a remarkable lady. She loved animals, truly loved animals. She will truly be missed. Oh, here is the other pen from Mike Custom Pens. And again, this is the same as this one, broad nib. And this is for sale. Okay? Oop. This one is for sale. Beautiful pen. I like that black colored clip. It's a dark chrome. Look at that. What color? Smoke? Black? It's black to me, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Beautiful color, though. I like that. It just pops with the colors that Mike put together on here. Well, this one is for sale, but believe it or not, somebody has emailed me already. This pen is sold. That's what I mean. They go pretty fast when you see them. And at the price it is and the 15% discount, they go pretty quick out the door. So this one's gone. So Mike, this one's sold. And I told the gentleman to email you, Mike, so you know this is sold. So, and real quick, why don't you give Mike, send him some emails, let him know your thoughts about the fountain pens. That would be good for him to know. He'd love to hear your thoughts, your kind words, your support. Let him know that you're interested. And maybe Happy New Year. Okay? Tell it you heard it from AKA the Pen Book Guy. Oh, before I forget, I need to let everybody know something real quick that when Mike did these pens, he did a really great job. I like the way the barrel goes into the grip section. It's a nice grip section. Not a big grip section, but it's nice for even larger, chunky fingers, because sometimes I tend to hold my pen up here. I forgot to mention that's real important. And this was based on my design and my idea to him to feature a stepless barrel in the Go clip. So those were my ideas. And he put those into action. I think he did a marvelous job. And he put in a number 6 Jowo nib that the nib unscrews out. I don't think I showed it, did I, Mr. Announcer?
No.
Okay, I'll just use it off this pen real quick. Here is the converter that comes with it. And the nib just twists out of the section there. Comes right out with no problem. Bam, bam. Okay? And you'll see initials on there, PR. Okay. I'll explain that to you in a second. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. I apologize. No, I don't, do I? What do you think?
Maybe.
A little bit. Okay. All right. So, now, the nibs have been tuned by Kirk Spears at Pen Realm. All right. So that's the person who is tuning all the nibs to make sure they're in perfect working order. And he always includes that Pelican or Smith and Pelican cartridges with his pens. Royal Blue And the one I just used was the Brilliant Black. Let you look at those beauties here in a second. Aren't they beautiful? Very, very stunning. I'm going to put it just like that. I think they're gorgeous pens. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm a pen freak, I know. All right. And the Steampunk pen, I don't know if I showed that to you. Let me get it out. It's right here. I'll put these aside and put these babies down right here. And that has the gel refill inside. I love that little click. It's out. Click again, and it's closed. With this beautiful Pensmith White Sage with a gunmetal clip. Beautiful pen. I'm sorry. Correction on this. On this Steampunk Pump ballpoint that has a gel refill in it. Is again from Pensmith, Napa Valley Sky. And the metal trim is an antique brass and antique pewter. I believe it's pewter. Yeah, that's the material is the pewter on this thing here. And he replaced the regular ballpoint refill with a black gel refill. Cool. And to replace the refill, you unscrew the pen tip right down here. With a warning, he says, changing the refills on this one. There are usually warnings about not loosening the spring. But this pen also uses a short plastic refill adapter at the top end, which we'll get into in a second, of the refill. So be careful not to lose the adapter, he says, and transfer it to the new refill when you're changing refills. So let's get that done real quick. I do apologize. So we're going to open this little jewel up. First time for me to open it. I'm probably massacring it, right, Jake? Here we go. There's the one at the top, right there. Section. Okay. We'll put that back on. You won't lose that either. Okay. It's back in the spring. You can see it come out. Okay. I'll put this back on. Screw that right back in there. And now I'll put the top back on. I'm making a pen! Yay! You think? And also, just checking this out. Nothing to screw in there. Okay, so there you have it. That is pretty, isn't it?
Yes.
It really is pretty. I'll let y'all look at that for a second. Now, here is the dog. Beautiful dog pen. And I think we were talking, Mike and I, about this pen. It does come from Pensmith. The middle trim is gold. And replace the refill. You unscrew the tip down here, very simple. And the original ballpoint refill he put a black gel refill. Thank you very much, Mike. He has this for sale. This one for sale. This one is already gone. Sold. 15% off. Sold. I think this one was 50. I think this is 90. You got more work in this one as far as detail. Trim work like that. So I think Mike and I were talking, he calls it the Yellow Lab. Kind of looked like that color. Beautiful pen. So there's that. So, and he also included a ballpoint if you need it. And all of the refills that are Parker style refills that he sent the rollerball and ballpoint refills. So I could test them. Thank you, Mike. And do a pen comparison with the refills. And, you know, I think most of us folks that use these type of pens prefer the gel or rollerball refill. The ballpoints aren't bad to write with. I write with a ballpoint periodically. And they're more water resistant. That's one thing about the ballpoint refills, okay? And as of, like right now, today, they're more water resistant, so they would be better for dressing envelopes, etc., etc. So, and I will do later in this pen a review with the ballpoint versus the gel. And I think the rollerball's in there as well. So, he has put a lot of soul. These are kit pens, of course, but they're real nicely made. I know a lot of other custom pen makers that have made pen kits. And I hope that Mike continues making these kind of pens, because there's so many people out there with a variety of likes and dislikes that they like a little bit of this. Yeah, they're huge fountain pen lovers, but they do like rollerball, gel ball pens. They like ballpoint pens, mechanical pencils. Even number 2 pencils are still in style. I use those. I'm not ashamed of it. So I hope he continues to do what he does and keep it all going. Because you never know when you're going to run into that one individual that's going to like these types of kit pens. And there's nothing wrong with it at all. Of course, some people may hate my video for saying that, but hey, I'm a big boy, I can take it. So, my friends, again, thank you for taking the time to watch this review. And I'm going to set these all down just like this so you can look at them. Hopefully. Good shot, Mr. Announcer. These are it. Thank you, Mike Green. Thank you enough for throwing your hat in the ring and showing your love, your enthusiasm to put out a great fountain pen, a great kit pen. And again, this is how you're going to get in touch with Mike. Mighty Mike. Well, folks, that's going to end it for sure. Peace and love. Talk to you later.